Now, the Nigerian Senate has called a national summit to address the rise in out-of-school children, with over 20 million affected, according to a 2022 UNESCO report. Senator Lawal Usman, chair of the Education Committee, stressed the need for federal and state collaboration to tackle the crisis, while Senator Solomon Olamilekan criticized state governments for not providing necessary funding, urging them to take more responsibility. Deputy Senate President Barau Jibrin, on his part, warned of severe consequences if the situation remains unaddressed. The summit is planned to focus on improving access to education, enhancing teacher training, and addressing dropout rates due to poverty and insecurity, with aims to involve civil society and international partners to prioritize Nigeria's educational future. Joining us to discuss the plans by the Senate to hold a summit to tackle Nigeria's out-of-school children's syndrome and what needs to be done to put more children in school is Arise News analyst Dayo Sobowale. Good afternoon, Mr. Sobowale. Great to have you here as always.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure of being here to you.
Of course. I'm wondering, sir, why do we need another summit when the previous ones have not actually translated to meaningful action?
Look, there have been no previous ones. This is a unique topic, and they are proposing it. They are calling that say that there's need for a summit, which I don't buy, for very, very glaring reasons. This country is a federation. We run a federalism, and what they are talking about is, one, out of their purview, and secondly, it shows lack of seriousness on their part. Because everybody knew this problem was there all along. We have discussed it here on several occasions, out of school children. But you see, the people who have always been giving us information have been United Nations people, most especially UNICEF. What they are discussing now was spelled out by UNICEF 6 months ago. And we have discussed it here several times. And this is the first time now they are saying they'll set up a committee and they'll set up a national conference. They'll get the permission of the president, which is just, how do I put it, superfluous and does not face the issue. Because the issue is going to tax our federalism. You get me? Because somebody said that local government and states are the laboratories of democracy. And like we said yesterday, states have peculiarities, resources. They should be left to develop along their own line. Look at this issue. It is a clear-cut North-South issue. Education. In the North, Islamic education is valued more than Western education. Boko Haram is taking on the Northeast and the rest of Nigeria because it says no to Western education. So there are those underlying socio-religious, cultural issues which have to be tackled, not necessarily in a national conference. If they go to the national conference, they'll come to blows out of it, because the facts are glaring. Why the North? Everybody knows the North lags behind the South in education because of priority. In the South, education, you see, you can even have to segregate it in the Southwest, in the Southeast, in the South-South. Education is paramount. People can starve to fund their children to go to school, and the dividends are there. And ironically, it is not that has always been in power in this country. It's the North that has not always been in power. So why that gap between the North and South in education should still be widening? That way you should know where to put the blame.
All right,
or who is in charge of the priorities.
I would like to agree with you that this is more lip service than a call to action, so to speak. Because some will say that if you just want to fix a problem, you just go in and fix the problem and not sit down and try to deliberate about where did the problem start from, how did we get here, and where are we going to? You just go in.
I won't call it lip service. It's negligence.
Okay.
Historical, political,
negligence,
social, religious negligence.
But so my question...
And again, why should we wait for UNICEF? See, the UNICEF people have done a great job.
Yes.
They even gave them equipment in Katsina, solar radios, because they know they don't have facilities to go to school. And we all know why people don't go to school, because of insecurity, because of marauding and all that.
All right, so
so what conference are we having?
So thanks to UNESCO and what they've been and how they've been trying to shed light on several of these things. But my own question is this: we know part of the problem, because you say it keeps widening and it keeps deepening, talking about the number of people that are out of school for children, especially predominantly in the north. We know that insecurity is one of the chief responsible factor.
It's an addition.
Or probably a prevailing factor. No, it's prevailing factor because it's making it worse. No thanks to all that has happened with the Chibok girls, the Dapchi girls, and the rest of them. Why are they not addressing that particular fact? Firstly, because when you talk about out of school children, you cannot tell people to allow their children to go to school when security issues.
When the schools are not accessible.
Yes.
Let me answer your question.
Thank you very much.
You see, like I said, it's a very historical, political issue. But the basis of it is sociological, and cultural. You get me? I will go back to Boko Haram, saying no to Western education. That has always been there. And it has two main important ingredients. It means schools will not open, and girls especially will not be allowed to go to school. That was what the UNICEF and the United Nations report were pointing out, that government should do something about it. But I'm asking you, should it take an international institution to point out to a state governor that the children in the school are not going to school, whereas they have allocation for education, they have budget for education,
they have a commissioner.
We have third fund, where they are supposed to make some, that is tertiary education. Now we are talking rock bottom. We have to start somewhere.
It's Superb and the rest of them, they have Superb.
If these people are not going to school, when Boko Haram comes, they are very recruitable. That's why radicalization sets in, and they take camps against the state. They want to get married. When they go to Boko Haram goes to female schools and capture girls, and they marry them. Remember the Chibok girls and all these people. So it is a scenario that we are all very much aware of. But we are behaving, especially the northern governors are behaving like the proverbial ostrich
with its head buried in the sand. I've learned so many things from you, Mr. Sobowale. Your quotes are always amazing, and thank you for your analysis. We'd like to appreciate you as always, Arise News analyst, Mr. Dayo Sobowale. Thank you so much.